happened fast. Within moments of taking the oath of office, I will seal the border, stop the invasion, and send Joe Biden's illegal aliens back home where they belong. They belong back home. Don't give me any of that, USA. Go out and vote. That's all I ask. Don't say, USA, USA, we love Trump, USA, and then November 5th comes along, or any of the previous days, you know, the early voting. And then you say, darling, I'm just a little tired. I think I'll skip the vote. You can't do that. You got to vote. No USA right now. You just go out and vote. Then we'll go USA. Because then we're going to make our country great again. Biden is releasing criminals to prey on our people. That's what's happening. Thank you. Got to get out and vote, right? See this beautiful group of people. They'll be in Monte Carlo on November 5th. I don't think so. We all know the names of too many innocent victims of Biden migrant crime. It's a new category of crime. It's called Biden migrant crime. Remember this. These migrants are tough. They're tough. They come from prisons and many other places, rough places. They're just getting used to our country. They're just settling in. Every day I read where somebody was killed. Beautiful young women, mostly young women, are being killed by migrants. You know, they thought it was like this wonderful dream. I could just see. They said, oh, the migrants are coming in. These people are tough. They're so tough. Dana White. Did anyone ever hear of Dana White? He's a legend, right? UFC, ultimate fighter, ultimate fighting. And he's a fantastic man. I said, Dana, I have an idea. Why don't you set up a Migrant League of fighters and have your regular league of fighters? And then you have the champion of your league. These are the greatest fighters in the world. Fight the champion of the migrants. I think the migrant guy might win. That's how tough they are. He didn't like that idea too much, but actually, it's not the worst idea I've ever had. No, these are tough people. These people are tough and they're nasty, mean. It's incredible that they come totally unchecked. But we all know the names of too many innocent victims of the Biden migrant crime. Laken Riley. And, you know, Biden was unable to pronounce her name, called her Lincoln Riley. And this was right after. How terrible is that, though? Rachel Morin, who I just spoke to, the mother, is so great. I also met the parents I met the parents of many of the people that died. Met the parents of the soldiers that died so horribly in Afghanistan. But I met Laken's parents, and these are just incredible people. Their lives, I don't know what they're going to do. Their lives have been shattered. Nothing worse than that. It's so out of order. It's so out of order. Just the devastation. I spoke yesterday with Patricia, and it's just to hear her talk. It's just I don't know if you recover from it. They say time. It should never happen. Would have never happened with us. We had a strong border. We had the strongest border in history. And just this week, 12-year-old Jocelyn Nunguri found strangled to death and dumped in a creek in Houston, allegedly murdered by two recent illegal border crossers from Venezuela, viciously murdered. These monsters should never have been in our country, and if I were president, they would not have been in our country. We had a strong border. We had strong protection. And we had very strong protection. You know, in Venezuela, we just mentioned these monsters from Venezuela. In Venezuela, their crime is down 72%. Can you believe it? So I'm going to talk to Ralph Reed, and next year we're going to hold Faith and Freedom in Venezuela where we can be safe. Ralph, can we do that, Ralph? Yes. Ralph said yes. No, think of it. They're sending all their killers, their murderers, their prisoners. They're sending drug dealers, gang lords, gangs. They're sending them to the United States. We're like a dumping ground. And that's the whole world, not just Venezuela. And you take a look at prison population all over the world. It's way down. Everyone says, I wonder why. It's not because they're behaving, because they're sending them into our country. And again, they're just getting comfortable now. They're going to start hitting us very hard. These people are bad. And that this can be allowed to happen. We have an incompetent president. We have a president who's got a very low IQ. And that was in good times. That was 25 years ago. Today he doesn't even register. It's ridiculous. When they say I have a friend, he's a Democrat, but he's not. He's a Democrat. Can't help it. That's the way he grew up. But he said to me, I don't understand it. You got a poll saying you're up 10 points. How could you only be up 10 points? I say that too. Who the hell is going to vote for this guy? On day one, I will begin the largest deportation operation in American history. Biden's border invasion is also a grave threat to, and as I said, Medicare and Social Security is under watch. Biden wants to dump millions of illegal aliens onto Medicare and put them into Social Security and even Obamacare and suck these programs dry. That's what they're going to do, and you're going to have a problem, and all of a sudden they're going to say, we're going to cut it in half. I'm not touching them. I'm leaving them where they are. You are going to see Social Security, if he gets elected, is going down the tubes. I can't even imagine him being elected. Can you imagine 4 more years? These are the worst 4 years. As president, I will fight for American seniors, not the Biden illegals. I will fight for American workers, not the human traffickers. I will fight for American dreamers, not the child smugglers. And I will restore the sovereign borders of the United States of America. So help me God. You know, they don't want you to say, so help me God. You know that. It's under siege, right? So help me God. If you say, so help me, we don't want you to say that. How about, in God we trust? They want it taken down. How about George Washington High School? We want the name removed from that high school. They don't know why. They thought he had slaves. Actually, I think he probably didn't, but anybody that was, it's just like incredible. Changing the name of we won world wars from those forts. Fort Bragg. So many of the forts, we won world wars. We dominated. We saved the world from those forts. And now they decide to take the names off. And wait till you see ultimately what happens with those names. I call it a transition, like transitioning. They have a transition name before they name it. The Reverend Al Sharpton Fort Al Sharpton. Now you can just imagine. You can just imagine. But this is a transition. They've done a couple of transitions. These people they're sick. They're sick. As president, I will not cut 1 penny from Social Security or Medicare. I kept that promise for 4 straight years, and I will keep it again by